Is the rain that interesting? You've been staring for a while. Jumpy. So, what's managed to capture your attention for so long? I can't imagine it's actually just the rain. He's only been gone a few hours. This is nothing. Dion tends to do what he wants, when he wants. Flights of fancy are his specialty. Worrying over Dion is a waste of energy. He'll return when he's ready, or when he gets bored, not a minute sooner. Are you really going to spend all evening staring out there like a forlorn puppy? You will be fine, Viserva. Now come here. You're fogging up the window. Good. I'll make us tea. Water's heating. I don't understand why you seem so worried. This can't be the first time he's done this. Nothing. I just find that funny. Or surprising, maybe. He's never been known for quietly staying in one place. I'll get it. Here, how you like it. Reminds me of my childhood. It's hot. Be careful. I like it hot. What sort of question? Alright, I'll answer your question. But you've got to answer something of mine first. Why are you doing this? What do you stand to gain by going along with Dion's whims? By letting him stay. Letting us stay. You're right. That was more than one question. I have a feeling whatever you ask isn't going to be easy to answer, though. So we'll preemptively call it even with this. So, that explains why you're putting up with this now. But why bother with it all in the first place? Unless Dion used his charms to buy his room and board. Good. Wait. Clarify something for me. What were the terms of your contract? I see. That's... No. I think you should ask him directly. Not satisfied with that? So, what was your question? That's not what I was expecting. I'm assuming you wanted to make use of Dion being out to ask. He's always had a sore spot regarding these sorts of topics. What would you like to know? Anything, You don't make things easy for me, Viserva. Viserva. It's a term of endearment. Usually. Or maybe respect in a strange way. It's complicated, as most things are. Right. I was born under the Dervan of Leru, Dion's family. I've known his family longer than he has. I wasn't a servant, if that's what you're thinking. They've got plenty of those, trust me. But I wasn't one of them. There's our populated regions, our cities. They aren't like here. They're enormous and walled, heavily fortified. They're honestly more like provinces or small countries. Long-term survival outside our cities is nearly impossible. So the city center is typically the safest place, and it's reserved for the Dervan and the Derthal, the ones in charge of the city. The noble grounds at the center, they're like a city all on their own. It goes without saying that those lucky enough to be born within those noble grounds are expected to have a certain level of allegiance and loyalty to the city's ruling family. That's where I was born. Well, I'm hesitant to call them parents. They were only distantly associated with the Devon. But once Dion was born, they dove at the opportunity to make me his, what would you call it? Associate, right-hand man, something like that. That's just the way things are. What better way to ensure loyalty than to have established and grown it from infancy? So, I was moved into the main manor. I lived just down the hall from him, learned under the same tutors and instructors as him, attended events with him. I excelled in many ways he didn't. He never did have a head for diplomacy or business dealings. But my role was to be his shadow, and I enjoyed it. I didn't know anything else, but I also had no desire to change it. It may have started as just an arrangement by our families, but we really did become friends. We were closer to each other than anyone else. Not that it was difficult. What changed? Everything. We grew together our whole lives, and in a single moment it was crushed like a beetle under a boot. He told you about the trials, You're a curious one, aren't you? Be careful with that. Don't they say that curiosity killed the cat? Or should I say, bunny? He really thinks I blame him. Well, he's right for once. He put me through unimaginable pain, and I was forced to sign the rest of my life away. I'd say that's blameworthy. None of this would have happened if I let him convince me that we could run away together, start a new life, our own life. Consequences be damned as long as we were together. Sound familiar? A couple of unmarked kids running off on their own, with one of the most powerful families in the region looking for us. Stupid. No, I don't hate him. For a long time, I even loved him. My serva. I was as stupid as him. I wanted so badly that I let myself believe that it could work. Stefa's light wasn't shining on either of us at the time. Stefa, she's the god of wisdom. Dion doesn't feel her warmth even on the best days, and I suppose that rubbed off on me at the time. Tell him all you want. I've said it to his face countless times. So, tell me, has this been enough to distract you from your worries? Or do you need more from me? What? What's this burning question that you've wanted to ask? How do we know your language? No, no. It's a reasonable question. I find it more funny that you've been sitting on this for so long. It's a part of the contract process. In accepting a summoning, we're able to form a sort of link with the summoner, so as to be able to communicate. We get a taste of your language. Only as much as you yourself know, though. And there's often too much to take in at once, so some words and concepts are beyond us. The more often we're summoned, the more languages we learn. Satisfied? Still a terrible liar, I see. Oh, well, I'm tired of this reminiscing, and your tea's gone cold. I'll get you another cup.